Hey, good morning, Jason.
Good morning, Heather Simmons. How the heck are you today?
I'm awesome. I'm doing great. Excited to be here.
I am excited to be here today, too. It's a beautiful day. We
It
have
is.
some cooler weather. All is good in the world. So, super excited.
Yeah, especially for us in Houston. This the 70-degree mornings. It's just
There's
heavenly.
nothing like it. It's like
Yeah.
so cool, so refreshing. We actually went out for a walk. It was really nice. So, it's just great. Nobody can appreciate what it's like living on the surface of the sun until you live on the surface of the sun, which is Houston, Texas.
Talk about perspective. When we lived in St. Louis, 50 degrees, we thought, "Oh, wow, it's warming up."
Yeah.
And here it's 50 degrees. We're thinking, "Oh, wow, it's really cooling off." It's just,
Yeah.
very interesting perspective depending on where you're at.
Yeah. When you're sitting there in your old home where it was 50 degrees, just turn up the thermostat 58 more degrees. And then that was us most of the summer. Oh my gosh, it was
Yeah.
bad, but it's nice. Okay. So, our topic today is what is fractional HR and how it can help an organization.
Right.
So, what is it, Heather?
You know, it can be worded in a variety of different ways, but in summary, fractional HR is an opportunity for an organization that has a need. It could be one specific need, such as compensation, or it could be a need in general to support HR or the HR function. And the nice thing about Thrive HR is that you have the opportunity to pick and choose what what you need. And here's just some examples of the different services that we provide. And I'd love to even talk about what makes us different than others. You can see here too just a few of the companies that we've served.
We've done all that.
We've done all that.
That's,
Pretty awesome.
man, it's amazing when you look at it. It's amazing. We've done all that. We get super excited about how we're working with these people and all the things that we've done. So fractional HR, in my mind, is really where we can come in and maybe for a lack of a better explanation, I call it a cafeteria style of HR. If you're
Hmm.
an organization and you need assistance, and let's say you don't need everything a PEO offers. PEO offers a very broad range of services, and perhaps you don't want to spend all the money that a PEO offers, and you only need a few things. We can do that. We can just do a comp for you. We can just do um, HR as a service. We can just do payroll. So we can be really fungible and flexible in a fractional perspective, and we can be very cost efficient too. We're a lot less than potentially a PEO will be. And believe it or not, we can save you money on your benefits costs as well too. And then also, if you're a larger organization and you need somebody to pinch hit doing something in the interim, and you need somebody to help out with a project, or you have somebody that's no longer on your team for a variety of reasons, we can sit there for a longer stretch of time, get the work done, and then when you're done with us, you can move us on. So for us, we believe that fractional HR work really has a lot of benefit, especially right now when companies perhaps don't want to invest in a full-time head. They're,
Hmm.
reducing headcount, which is always difficult, but sometimes you just need work done, even though you're reducing headcount. Sometimes you may have more dollars than you do, headcount dollars, which are definitely different for sure. So that's how I would pitch it. And then next week on the show, we're gonna have you, me, and we're gonna have two other people who are gonna
Hmm.
talk more about how payroll and benefits and Thrive HR can all work together to create a really cool experience for those people that maybe aren't ready to have a full HR team in house and don't want to be in a PEO. We can be something that's different and actually, I think, more effective than a PEO. And we've done, like I said, also a variety of project work for a number of companies as well too.
As you look back, because we're at 3 years, Thrive HR,
Wow.
in the business. And looking back, what are some what you would say our biggest success moment with a client where we really just completely saved the day for them, that some people may not realize the impact that fractional HR could be on their organization?
Well, I think for us, what I find, and I've said this before, and if people don't, if people have heard me say this before, I'm probably sounding boring, but I believe our successes are the fact that our clients keep calling us back again and again and again to do projects for them. And so for us, that's really important, is the repeat business that we get.
Mhm.
If we were always in a situation where we're getting new logo accounts and nobody was staying with us long term, and we weren't able to get repeat business, that would mean something wasn't working. And so that's the thing I take a lot of pride in. I take pride in the fact that we did great assignments for people, we did great projects for people, and they asked us back. So for us, that is a sense of pride. At least that's how I feel it.
Now, I know one thing that's been huge, everyone's seeing it, which is AI.
What is that? What is AI?
Uh, AI, and I would love to talk about how that's something that we've, now seen as a need out in the marketplace for AI in HR.
Yeah, every conversation is about AI. Every interview we request we get to talk about something is AI. I mean, it is the topic that is dominating the world of work right now, which is to be expected. And we are, doing a lot in that space. We're doing a lot of talks around the country about AI. We are partnered with, and you'll see a couple of HR, look, you'll see a couple of AI companies listed here. That
Mhm.
really talks about our partnerships with some of those AI companies and some of the work that we're doing with them in terms of partnerships. And so for us, we're partnering with AI companies that we have a really high belief in and a high sense of trust and confidence in. And then we're also, working and talking to companies about what their AI strategy is, because at the end of the day, it's not just about putting in a AI tool, it's about what is the overall strategy for AI. And you can't have one without the other.
Mhm.
I think we've talked about this quite a bit, is strategy is just as important as whatever tool that you're bringing in to improve efficiency in your organization. And the change management around what you're doing with AI is just as important as the tool, to
Right.
make sure that your staff and that your customers and the people that are, not affected by it in the company are all understanding, why are we doing this? Because it is an emotional topic. There are people that just believe that AI is going to take jobs, and we know that some of that may be true, to some extent, but that's not the big story about AI. It may change the nature of your job, and you may do different things in your job, but I don't think it's going to, eliminate as many jobs as people believe. We were at a conference, and I'm not gonna say which one it was, but there was a person who was talking about AI, and he really did a huge amount of fear mongering around
Mm,
AI, and I just don't believe that was um, appropriate, and I don't believe it was positive. It doesn't help. And so when you get people fearful of things like losing their job or losing their career, it really puts people in a defensive posture. And so for that reason, I was disappointed in that talk, and I don't think it's as draconian as AI seems. I think, doing things in the right way and having a plan and knowing what you're doing will really make AI a better situation for employees, customers, your shareholders, and everyone else, involved with it.
yeah, we've had lots of discussions, even several Thrive Live shows around that topic, and both you and Ray have written several articles on that note as well, and it, lots of different angles to come out and look at with AI. And we're halfway through October, so we're rounding up to the end of the year. And I know that's a common time where
How did that
companies,
happen?
I don't know. It's like we just
Just
snapped our fingers and here we are.
yeah, for sure, for sure. So I agree. And it just snuck up on us. And AI has definitely been the story of the year. I mean, like,
Hmm.
what is it? Newsweek always used to do, man of the year. Is AI going to be man of the year this year in Newsweek? If they, I don't even know if they
Oh,
still do that anymore, but I
I
bet
don't
you,
know.
but I bet you it'll be something like that. I bet you it'll be close. Um, but
That'd be
yeah, I mean,
scary.
but it's been really interesting with AI, and I think that one of the things that you've been talking about and that I've been talking about is that you need to get on board with this. HR needs to get on board with this because some HR departments and some HR
Mhm.
leaders are really looking the other way. And what we're finding is that there are other departments within the organization, whether that be ops or whether that be sales or whether that be IT, they're now saying, hey, we really want to understand how we implement AI. What are the AI tools that are out there? And we're starting to see that organizations internally in a company are now starting to begin to pick AI applications to use that may not be the AI applications that HR wants to use. And so now they're
Mhm.
left, standing by the side of the road waiting for a ride because they weren't involved in the the review and picking of these AI tools that may not work for them and they wish they had done something else, but that's because there's still those degrees of um, scarcity that they're dealing with. And we have been drawing the comparison to the cloud computing, early days
Mm,
where
right.
there were CIOs that didn't jump on with cloud computing, thought it was, something that was silly. Everybody was going to most likely stay with on-prem. And that turned out not to be the case. And a lot of the CIOs who didn't make that pivot in the AI space, didn't keep the jobs that they have. And I'm not saying that's going to happen to HR leaders, but I would say those HR leaders that aren't pivoting quickly enough in the AI space as well, they may be left saying, "Oh gosh, I wish I had done that sooner for a variety of reasons."
Yeah, I mean, just even the services that we list here, AI can touch or impact every piece in some way.
Well, we were interviewed by a Forbes reporter yesterday, and they said, "Well, how prevalent is AI in organizations right now?" And I said, "Well, it's everywhere." I said, "But it depends if that's big AI or little AI." I said, "Virtually every tool that we implement these days has some degree of AI in it. Now, whether that's the big AI, like Chat GPT or other
Mhm.
generative AI tools, well, it may not be that. It may be the more little AI, something that curates resumes and pulls up the ones that are most relevant the to the recruiting team." I said, so everybody's using AI, and her point was that's pretty scary. That literally every company is using something that has AI in it. She didn't even really realize that, and
Oh, wow.
so yeah, so when you talk about I saw it's talk about little AI and big AI, and it is definitely prevalent in most things that we're looking at internally in organizations.
Holy cow. I
Yes,
find it interesting that she was surprised by that.
well, if you're not looking at HR tools on a daily basis, I mean, if you're not talking HR tools, like, this is our day job. I mean, we get paid to do this, and so we're always looking at what's going on. So for us,
Mhm.
we get the prevalence of AI tools, but if that's not something that you're looking at on a daily basis, it's not surprising to me that she was a little bit surprised by that. And I understand being surprised by that because I think that that is something that you don't necessarily think about. I mean, because you
True.
hear all about the chat GPTs and everything
Mhm.
else, you don't hear about the smaller tools that are using some sort of AI.
That's true. Fair enough. Okay.
All right, we'll let her off. She was a very, very nice person, and so I want to let her off the hook because I think she's in the boat where most people are.
We just don't realize it because we're in it.
We're in it. We're in
Yeah.
the AI boat, so we get it. And the AI is, driving the boat. We're still the captain, but we are in the
I hope
AI
so.
boat. It hasn't taken over yet. We haven't had the how moment yet. Dave, is everything all right? Dave, what are you doing? From a Space Odyssey.
Yes. Well, and I think another note for end of year, a lot of companies, this is when they're ramping up for the next year. They're looking at comp. They're looking at the organization, what we want to look like in the next year, and that's something that we've helped with a great deal. I mean, last year was a good example. We helped a company prepare for 2023, and it was a lot more than I think what they anticipated. And thank goodness we were there to help. And even the CHRO was very thankful for us being able to step in at whatever point in the process and get the ball moving so that their team could focus on being HR.
Yeah, that was a great project. Yeah, that's a good project. We did a lot in a short period of time where they were coming together as a new organization, and we helped them put together the uh, performance review process. They hadn't had that. We did an inventory of all of their HR processes. They hadn't had that.
Mm-hmm.
We did their new PTO and global
Mm-hmm.
holiday policies
Mm-hmm.
all in a very, very short period of time. And we can do that for you. We are good at that. And we have, not only do we have a lot of really great experience and a lot of great folks that are working with us in the project and the standalone project area, we have a really terrific group of people, Heather included, definitely Heather included in the operations and administrative back office work. So we've
Mm-hmm.
got that nailed. Heather's superb at it. I manage HR back office in Cisco systems for a long time. When I did when I did HR operations for Cisco. So yeah, we have a great background in that, and I would challenge us against anybody in terms of our excellence in HR administrative work. We're really great at it.
And even the question that came up with someone yesterday, they asked what industry do we work in? What geographical area do we work in? And the answer was all, everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, we've had customers of every stripe. We've had customers in every location, including internationally. We've worked on
Mm-hmm.
projects all over the world, so we can support you wherever you may be. So we feel good about our ability to be able to do that, and all of our folks have a lot of international experience. So we're super excited about being able to help you internationally as well too. That's not something that we shy away from.
Right. I think that's important for people to know. We don't, it's not in a box. We're not, confined
We
to
are
a
not
box.
we are not square. You
No,
know, we are we're very hip. Does anybody use the word hip anymore, or is that? I don't think so. It's
I
like a
don't
dead.
think so.
That's a dead word, isn't it?
Yeah, I can't think of what the word is now. My daughter uses it all the time. Slay.
Slag.
Is that one of
Oh
the? I don't know. I probably sound so
no.
silly trying
I just
to
I,
guess.
I I just know if I'm not cringy, it's probably a good thing. Are you cringy? Have you been cringy to your daughter?
I've
That's
not gotten
bad.
that one.
Yeah, yeah, that's a bad one. If you're that's cringy. You're cringe.
So funny. But the one universal word that's been around probably since what, the 70s or maybe even 50s is cool. It's so cool. It's
Cool is
still
always
in.
cool has always worked. I mean, you can,
Mhm.
that just it's universal. It's a great word. And so we could wrap up by saying we are cool. Heather's cool, Ray's cool. I don't know if I'm cool
You're
or not.
cool.
My daughter saw that. She'd be like, "Oh my gosh, no, my dad is not cool." Oh, chill. James Bryce just James Bryce just weighed in with chill.
Oh, there we
I
go.
like that. I like
Yes.
chill is very good. That's a good
And
one.
still now I get all the time, just chill, mom. Just chill.
I get that too. That's better. That's better. I know I'm really going off the HR topic here, but that's better than when I was a teenager. Didn't you used to say, "Oh, just take a pill, man. Just take a pill." That's the one that I always remember telling my parents, take a pill. And I think I said that maybe once, and that was probably about all I was allowed to say after that. But I do remember saying at least once. But yeah, take a chill, James. I like that. That's a good one.
Yeah, it's funny.
But we are
Well,
cool, we're hip, and we would love to help you. I think you see our information down there,
yeah,
and
maybe pick that up.
you see our 800 number. You can call us at any time, and we will be happy to walk you through your
Hmm.
any work that you have to do. We're happy to be there for you.
And stay tuned
Uh,
because next week will be very, very interesting.
yes, we have guests next week, and we're super happy to have these guests, and we're really excited to have them. So Jared Mobley and Trey Davis will be here, and we're going to talk really more specifically about what we can do differently than PEOs
Hmm.
can do, and how we can save even more money than what PEOs have for you.
Yep, it's gonna be good. So we'll see you next week. Don't miss out.
All right. Well, you stay chill, and
All
we'll see you next week.
right, cool.
All right. Bye.